Bruins. Mike, teams look ready to go.
They look ready, they look prepared, their fans are into it already. We're here at West Edmonton Mall, a fantastic venue for this 33rd annual Brick Invitational Tournament. And the atmosphere is already getting pumped up in here to 11. Almost like 2011, which is what we saw a Boston and a Vancouver team do battle in a high-end competition. This is a high-end competition here on this Wednesday evening.
Funny you mention that. These are all 2011 birthdays.
There you
well.
go. How about that?
So it's a duel of fates almost. But we have to mention that the Canucks have already played once today. They played over at the River Cree Arena this morning. Took away a 6-3 victory over Manitoba, who you just saw on this ice. So they might be a little bit more tired as compared to the team from Boston. This will be their first game of the tournament.
Well, we're excited to bring you this one from the very middle of West Edmonton Mall, a beautiful locale for hockey. My goodness, it's just so picturesque. We already see the Boston Bruins. Not sure if you can see it behind Conrad, but they're starting to take a team picture at their blue line. And all the fans getting ready. They have all the jerseys set up in the far corners. You'll see it on the broadcast. It's just a fantastic picture that you see for everybody involved in this game here at the Brick Tournament.
And we're even seeing, as the day goes on, the upper ring starting to fill up with just general mall goers making sure to take in some brilliant hockey that is taking place.
It's hard to miss. It's hard to miss, that's for sure. There's lots going on here at Edmonton, and we're so happy to have you with us here on ASTV on this Wednesday evening. We'll be back with you for opening puck drop in just a couple of minutes.
Helmets, Mike.
And we are back here at West Edmonton Mall with just over a minute remaining here in warm-up between the BC Junior Canucks and the Boston Junior Bruins. A couple of goaltenders to tell you about for both teams. Not entirely sure who is going to start just yet, but we've seen Gavin Craig and Hugo Lee for the Canucks so far in warm-ups. And for the Bruins, at the other end, we've seen Luke Syriac and Brody Dickinson wearing number 30 and 60 over for Boston.
Whoever's in net for Boston is certainly going to have to look out for Parker McMillan. Opened his tournament just with a hat trick. Casual 3 goals in the first game.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Oh, and they're already shooting the lights out here on the Canucks end. Knocked that water bottle off 3 separate times already.
This is, I would say, an entertaining venue to watch hockey. It can also be one of the most dangerous with the fans inside the netting surrounding this rink. It's certainly unique, I would say.
Unique as compared, you usually do games down in Okotoks where there is netting regardless of wherever you are in the rink between you and the ice surface.
Not anymore. as of this coming season.
Good,
we
good.
are very excited down at Oaktoast that our cameras will finally have unobstructed access to the ice surface. But yes, lots of rinks in this province. Tons of netting, so it's a little bit unusual to see fans leaning over the glass, getting a really good look at everything that's happening. And it's the same for us. We've got a really good view at the ice surface here on our broadcast side here at West Ed. And now warm-ups have ended and both teams are gathering around their respective nets.
I have to say, we have a couple players with a unique sense of style here. Saw a couple teams taking and wearing different colored gloves. I think this is the first time I've seen royal purple gloves on somebody who is not a Los Angeles King.
Yeah, that appears to be Berkeley Reed for BC, who's just heading back to his bench. Indeed, it is a bold choice, to be certain. And now both teams will line up on their respective blue lines for the playing of the national anthem. So we'll take a step back here on ASTV. It's the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament. Mike Gould here alongside Conrad Krauser. Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament here on ASTV. I'm Mike Gould here along with Conrad Krauser at the West Edmonton Mall Ice Arena, where we're getting ready to start this game between the BC Junior Canucks and the Boston Junior Bruins. Conrad, how are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling great, and I gotta admit, I am a big fan of the BC Junior Canucks going back to the skate logo for the Canucks. I think those are some of the most classic hockey jerseys of all time. But I gotta say, both teams in warm-ups looked like they were ready to go. As I mentioned earlier, if you didn't quite hear me, the Junior Canucks have already played one game today. This is the Bruins' first game of the day.
Well, both teams certainly well dressed, with the Canucks, they even have the pant shells on everybody. My goodness, with the V's going down each side. Wow, that looks fantastic. And It looks like we got our starting goaltender set for the BC Junior Canucks. It'll be number 23, Gavin Craig, who heads to the net. Craig wearing a relatively unorthodox number for a goaltender, but nevertheless. And speaking of unorthodox numbers, at the other end of the ice, it'll be number 60, Brody Dickinson.
Brody Dickinson has some cool pad skins on. Has their logo right
Those
across
are sweet.
the pads.
Yeah.
Definitely looking ready for this Brick Invitational. The 2021 birthdays and our mosaic is back on the ice. Bright lights flashing across from the beautiful sunshine here in Edmonton, Alberta.
Face off at center is won by Boston. They send it on goal where it's turned aside there by Craig. And BC will try to clear, but Boston steals it away. They jam at the side of the net. Now it's free again. Boston tried to get it out in front, and BC picked it off. Tried to get it up the near side. It's loose for a moment. Comes up again, and it's kept into the point there by Boston's Bobrov. Now BC gets it out to center. Taken over there by Boston's Robbie McCann, who hands it off back to his defense. And now it's Bobrov who gets it through the middle. That one went between the wickets of Luke Spacito, and BC is back on it.
So as we're at center ice, BC is going to have to make an adjustment. They played their first game, as I mentioned, at River Cree, which is a traditional arena. They wouldn't have had to deal with any of this glare. We'll see if that changes how they play this matchup.
Yeah, it's certainly an unusual situation for teams to play at. I mean, we've seen other arenas like that throughout North America, but it's certainly not the typical alignment that you see with this ceiling, allowing all this light to shine directly onto the ice. It can be distracting for anybody, a player and a goaltender.
Commentator too.
And McMillan dumps it in for BC. Streaking in down the right side there is Noah Carignan. And now down low it's Mason Green who hands it off and gets it right back. Green down low, backhands it up top, and picked off there by Boston. They'll send it all the way out to center ice.
Parker McMillan just had the pass go past him. As I mentioned, 3 goals already in this young tournament.
Lions dumps it in for Boston and goes off for a change. First on the forecheck there is Rui Asal. Asal being helped out down there, and puck squirts free to McMillan in the near corner. McMillan gets it up ahead. Boston keeps it alive. Boyle into the middle. That pass connects over with Welby in front, and that one went between the legs of its intended recipient before being held onto there by Gavin Craig with a little under 2 minutes gone in this first period.
Park McMillan on the back check, making sure his goaltender is able to trap that puck under the big catching glove. A left-handed catching goalie could catch some of these younger players unprepared because it's not the common catching hand.
No, left is common. It's
you are right.
It's the right that's uncommon.
You are correct. But we've seen a couple right-handers.
We have.
So far.
It seems to be more common in these younger age groups. I've seen quite a few of them at these different tournaments. Both the goaltenders in this game, however, do catch left. And we'll see how they perform here as Boston has the puck in the offensive zone, and it's sent down low. We're going after it as Welby. That pass is picked off by BC, but they're unable to clear, and Boston's on it down low. They get it up high. They go D to D, and now it's McElhaney from the left side. That shot toward the goal is held onto by Craig for a face-off inside the BC zone now with 9:29 to play in this first period.
So I was talking to some of the parents over for the Boston Junior Bruins, and they were missing gear right up until 30 minutes before their first scrimmage.
That is wild.
Yeah, it's the perils of travel these days, especially when you have to connect through Toronto like most of these teams did.
Face off in the offensive zone. It was won by Vancouver. They got it out to center ice. Boston sends it back in. Now BC is on it. That pass to the middle just escapes Jugnoff, and now Boston's on it. Over to the near side. It's taken there by Cullen, who sends it ahead for Prodovsky. Now it's back onto Cullen, who makes a nice move. Cullen up top has options, sends it down low where BC picks it off. BC gets it up to center, but a nice defensive play there by Boston prevents an odd-man rush. And now look out. Here's a shot that just sails high. That one was off the stick of Max Prodovsky. Bobrov at the point, hands it down low over to his teammate Robbie McCann. McCann has it now. McCann looking up top, now backhands it down low where BC cuts it off. Up the near side, sending it forward is William Thompson. Bobrov waiting for it for Boston. Battle ensues for the puck along the near side boards, and Thompson takes it away, but loses control. Sends it forward, though, and backhanding it on goal there was Noah Carignan. Making a nice glove save was Brody Dickinson.
Make sure to windmill that puck. Someone that people watching here in Edmonton know quite well, Mike Smith, even if the save wasn't necessary, sometimes see Mike Smith sending that arm out into that windmill fashion.
Face off won by BC. Shot from the point is blocked en route. It's still loose though, and both teams are hacking away at it. Comes up top and it's sent down again by BC. And after it there for the Canucks is Mason Green wearing number 24. He sends it forward in the direction of Noah Kerrigan. Now Boston takes it away. With speed down the right side comes Asal. Asal into the zone. Cuts in, makes a nice move. Oh, a save is made. Now they score! Carter Watson makes it 1-0 for Boston. What a rush.
Wearing the number 9, that's sacred on these ice anywhere here in Edmonton, but puts it behind the Canucks goaltender. And the extended flyby extending into the parent group.
Carter Watson, just a fantastic goal there. Thought at first he might have been wearing number 98 of his teammate Rui Asal. Turns out to be number 9, a number very famous in these parts, as you mentioned. And he puts Boston up 1-0 over the BC Junior Canucks.
Yeah, some guy named Wayne Gretzky. He was okay.
He was all right. Boston takes control on its own end. It's Offirio who sends it up the near side where it's taken by Campanale, kept in by BC. And they'll try to find the puck. They do. It's just out of the reach there of Liam Bort, who spilled. No call on the play. Maine up top sends it down low in the direction of Liam Bort. Bort backhands it down low, and Boston intercepts. Pass up the near side is picked off by BC. They send it down low, and Boston on it again. Taken there by Campanale, and he has it down the left side and dumps it in. It goes off for a line change.
Campanale wearing a very traditional goalie number 34, but wearing it as a winger.
Just over 7 minutes remaining in this first period. Puck sent down low by Team Boston, and now BC back on it rather. With it there is Reese McFarland. Dishes it on over to John Maine, gets it up the near side and out to center ice. Back on it for Boston is Welby. Welby wheeling with that puck, gets it up to Boyle up the left. Boyle with speed fires a shot that's blockered aside there. Boyle after it. And now BC sticks it away, and coming up to center is Jugnoth. Jugnoth almost was able to get past Drew McElhaney, and McElhaney's on it now. McElhaney is drilled at center ice by Jugnoth, and they're going to call a penalty here against the BC big number 98. He's going to head to the box here with 6:20 remaining in this first period.
So I'm going to talk more about numbers. I'm shocked we don't see more number 11s in this tournament. As we know, Sidney Crosby chose the number 87 because it is his birth year. So I'm surprised we don't see more 11s.
We do have 11s from both teams in this game.
That's
but
true.
It is something that we have not necessarily always seen, which is unusual. It's a nice number. Off the defensive zone face-off, BC sends the puck all the way down the ice, and back on it now for Boston is Sam Archibald. Archibald hands it off, and Boston will try to bring it out to center, but a nice play there by Thompson, who got in the way of that stretch pass. 5:58 to play in this first period, and Boston has the puck out at center. With speed down the right side comes McCann. McCann backhands it off the crossbar. Close call there for Boston, looking to go up by 2. Boston still with him. A shot there, ricochets just wide. Karam off the end boards comes to Watson, and now it's Archibald. Back to Watson. He has a goal in this game. Fires a shot that goes just wide. Comes up top. Archibald on it. Dishes it back off. And here's a chance for Boston. A shot. They score!
Did that puck bounce in off number 91? Or is he just in pain from taking a couple shots off the wrist?
Looks like it's Max Prudovsky who will get credit. Boston takes a 2-0 lead.
Chris Welby took a fair share of abuse in front of the net, leading to that goal. I think the bumps and bruises are all worth it for that point on the board.
5:27 to play in this first period. It's Boston up 2-0 over the BC Junior Canucks off that last goal by Max Prudovsky. Face off at center ice, and Ryan Cullen lining up to take it for Boston. Boston pushes it forward. They go after that puck, but BC cuts it off, and it comes up the near side now. To the point, kept in by Cullen. Now it's Bort for Vancouver, who brings it out to center. Lyons back on it for Boston. And Lyons comes through the neutral zone with speed and gets across the blue line as well. Lyons cutting in, backhands it. The save is made. Lyons now hands it off, and the return pass comes back in his direction. Lyons now turns it over, and now he gets it back at center ice. Lyons sends it up the near side, and it's picked up there by Cullen. Back on it for Boston is Ofirio. That pass went off his skate, but now Lyons takes control one more time, and he'll dump it in before going off for a line change. All 5 members of Boston heading off now, and lots of time for BC to bring out the puck. McMillan down the right side, cutting wide. McMillan sends it wide, and now it goes below the goal line where Boston will try to pick it up, and they do. Now BC almost forces a turnover. Out of there for Boston is Bobrov. Now BC takes it over, comes up top for Maine. Maine cutting down the right side. Maine now backhands it down low where Boston picks it up, and it comes up the far side where it's kept in by BC's McFarland. No, it gets past him, and now Boston has it out at center. Campanelli coming in through the middle. That flip shot was blocked. Another try there by Boston. Didn't quite go, and now on it down low is Brackett. Brackett tries to cut to the middle. BC cuts that one off, and now it's McMillan at center ice. Now with speed down the left side comes Carignan. Carignan is forced to turn back, finds his man up top, and now it's returned back to him. Pass into the middle is easily cut off by Bobrov for Boston. He's helped out by Watson, who chips it into the corner. Now it comes around for Campanelli on the near side. Here's Campanelli with the puck down the left, and he dumps it in. Oh, he gives Jugnoth a bit of a hack there. That was a bit of a retaliation because Jugnoth had hit him first. Now BC trying to break the puck out, and down the far side comes Jugnoth. Pardon me, that's McFarland wearing number 88 down there, and he hands it off to Maine. Maine looks up ice, flips it up the glass, and Thompson pokes it forward. Thompson looking to muscle past the defense. He does. Thompson in front, and cutting that one off was McElhaney, and Boston able to just get it out to center ice. BC back on it. Puck up for grabs at center ice, and Boston takes control for a moment. And now on there is Welby. Welby shops it forward. BC quickly onto it. Comes up the far side where battling for it was Reed. Now it goes back into BC territory, and it goes off the skate of Thompson, who picks it up. Thompson sends it all the way down the ice. No icing on the play. Jugnoth there first for BC, but he's cut off nicely by Boston. And we'll see what Boston can do here as they come up the near side. That's a Saul on the puck. A Saul into the middle. Makes a nice move. A Saul on goal. Loses control. The backhand pass in front was out of the reach of Spacito. Now Spacito on it now. Spacito below the goal line. Still has control. Hands it off now. Boston trying to make something happen here. Already leading 2-0. BC takes it away. Unable to clear though.
You are seeing the fresher legs from Boston play into this.
McCann with a shot blocked. Spacito couldn't fire that one. Now McCann from a sharp angle. That one goes off the side of the net. And BC takes control. They flip it out to center ice with 1:52 to play in this first period. Boston leading 2-0 in this one. Shots favoring them 5-1. Now a shot from a sharp angle. A little backhand there by the Canucks, and making the save with his glove and holding on is Brody Dickinson.
Only the second shot on net against Brody Dickinson. And you know what? Hockey players are creatures of habit, no matter what age. So I'm sure that playing twice in a day is running a little bit of the gas tanks on empty for these Canucks.
Chang's long shot through traffic. Deflected off Bobrov, and now here comes Boston the other way. Through the middle is Brackett. Brackett down the right side into the middle, finds Watson with the pass. Watson down low, in control, now gets spilled. Boston still has it. Up top, a shot by Archibald. Blocked en route by Vancouver, and it's kept in up top by Bobrov. Bobrov's shot sails well wide.
You talked a little bit about this in the earlier matchups this week. Those rainbow shots you see at this age group sometimes do find their way in.
Now here's a chance for Boston. They have it down low in the offensive zone. Now it comes up top for Bobrov. Walks in, fires a shot. That's gloved away by BC. Another chance, and they're going to call it a glove pass against Boston. Oh, a close call there. And now a face-off with 59.2 to play in this first period.
And you see number 18 for BC. That's going to be Logan Chang, the D-man. Blocked the initial shot with his hand and was immediately clutching that one close to his chest, but he seems to be all right on the bench.
Well, if, as you say, it was knocked down by a BC glove, then wouldn't it make sense for them to have the glove pass?
And it's in their D zone. That doesn't exist.
Hey, you never know what happens here at the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament. It's the first day for everybody here at the West Edmonton Mall, and now down low, the puck is taken by Boston, but now it's BC that steals it, and coming up the left side there is Noah Carignan. Carignan angled off the puck, and on and out for Boston is Irwin, who looks up ice. Irwin elects to bank it off the boards, but not out. McMillan keeps it alive. Now McElhaney back on it for Boston, chips it to himself and gets it up the far side boards, and his teammate chips it just across the blue line, and now with speed comes Boyle. Boyle being hassled from behind, backhands it on goal, and the save is made there by Craig with 13.9 seconds remaining, and now some pushing and shoving after the whistle near the BC goal.
Did not like how close the Boston player, oh my goodness, I can't speak English right now. Did not like how much attention they were giving to the goaltender.
That second poke always draws the ire of the opposing team. And now up top, Boston with the puck off the offensive zone draw. Maybe time for a couple more shot attempts. As only 7 seconds on the clock. BC doing a nice job of killing some time here, and that'll likely do it for this first period of action between these two teams. It's the Boston Junior Bruins leading the BC Junior Canucks 2-0.
You can definitely tell that BC has played once already today. Legs are a little bit heavier, not getting to the puck retrievals, and I think probably contributed to both of the goals.
Well, both teams will confer at their respective benches, and we will be back with you for the second period of action between the Canucks and the Bruins here on ASTV. I'm Mike Gould along with Conrad Krausert, and middle 12 minutes of action coming at you in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back to West Edmonton Mall here on ASTV. It's the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament, and the BC Junior Canucks looking to dig out of a 2-0 hole against the Boston Junior Bruins. Mike Gould here along with Conrad Krausert. BC with the puck off the initial face-off, trying to advance it forward. Reed with it down the left side. Reed shot, and a blocker save made there by Dickinson.
Reed had a point, if I recall correctly. I'm looking at the stat sheet this morning.
And now the puck deflects out of play, and the fans hand it back off to the referees. Face-off upcoming inside the Boston zone here with 17 seconds gone in this second period. Jugnoth lining up to take the draw here for BC. See what happens here as Boston wins it, and now it's Lions up the near side. Turned back by Jugnoth, and here's a chance for BC. Reed shoots and a glove save made there by Dickinson. Square to the shot, got the glove in front of it.
Dickinson, not the tallest goalie we've seen in this tournament, not the smallest either, but making sure to stay big and not leave those top corners open from those shots.
And the sun shines one more time on the ice surface here at West Ed as the faceoff is upcoming to the right of the goaltender Dickinson. Long shot there by BC, deflects into the corner, and BC on it now. Down low, it's Reed on it. Reed backhand shot, might have been blocked in traffic. Comes up top, and BC goes D to D. Sent down low, comes out in front. Reed couldn't get the shot on goal. Kept it on top. A long shot there by Cheng. Reed can't get it on goal. Jugnoth sends it high. Close call there for BC. Trying to get on the board here in this second period.
Positional drawing must have worked over at the bench.
Reed in front. Oh, they score! Jugnoth! It's 2-1.
Jugnoth manages to get it past the pad stack. Desperation from the Bruins, unable to get it out of their zone.
Braden Jugnoth off a great feed there by Berkeley Reed. He gets it over the pads, as you mentioned, Conrad, and 101 into this first period. That's a lesson in scoring 101 from the BC Junior Canucks.
You don't see that two-pad stack coming out very often. Not even coached so much at the youth levels anymore. The throwback to the stand-up goaltending days.
BC getting on the board past the two-pad stack attempt, and now they'll try to tie the game here in this second period as McFarland sends it down low. After it there for BC is Carignan. Boston takes over, comes up the near side. On it there is Brackett. Brackett cuts to the middle, BC takes it away. Brackett still after that puck, and now it's Campanelli on it. Down low, picked up there by Brackett. Brackett dropped to the ice again, and now BC takes over one more time. Up the near side, Carignan makes a move. Here comes Carignan through the middle. Carignan on goal, hooked from behind. There's going to be a penalty called against Boston.
No real doubt about that. Had a step. And you know what? We had an earlier shout for a penalty shot in game 2 of the day. I don't think that one was quite as clear-cut of a breakaway, but certainly a necessary penalty to take.
Yes, absolutely. And now BC will have an opportunity to try and tie this game with 10:14 to play in this second period of the 5-on-4 man advantage on this ice surface at West Edmonton Mall. Face-off won by Boston in their own defensive zone. It's rimmed around the far side, and Boyle has it in his skates, tries to advance it forward. Now it's Reed on it for BC. Couldn't get it in front, and now Boston will try to clear the zone. BC turns them back. Reed on it down low. Reed has options, finds his man up top, received there by Chang, hands it off over, and now on the left side it's Jugnoth. Jugnoth's shot blocked en route, and now down low, the goaltender looking for that puck along the side of the net. Now it's taken by BC's Reed. Reed tries a wraparound attempt, and it's smothered there by Brody Dickinson for a face-off inside the Boston zone with 1:26 to go on the power play.
So I don't know if this is the illusion of the purple gloves, but Reed certainly seems to have quick hands and able to navigate in tight. Sometimes hard for the taller player, because Reed certainly does have a couple inches on some of the other boys at this age.
Face-off won by BC. McMillan over to Chang. Chang on the puck. Up top, hands it off to Jugnoth. Jugnoth fires. Oh, that one had a chance to maybe ricochet off a Boston shin pad and go in.
Seeing now a lot more of that on power plays, shooting for tips.
Now it's McMillan, fires. That one's blocked en route. Chang over the left side for Jugnoth. Jugnoth shoots. That one's blocked by Boston. And limping there is Lyons. Up top, it's Chang on the puck. Hands it off over to McMillan. McMillan through the seam, finds Jugnoth, fans on that shot, still free. Reed trying to find it, and he's helped out. Here's a chance, a save made there by Dickinson. Close call there for BC.
I think that was made with the shaft of the goaltender's stick.
Now Jugnoth at the top of the circle. Jugnoth surveys, hands it off to Chang. Chang returns it. Jugnoth on the puck, fires. That one's blocked by Lyons again. Jugnoth gets it back. Down low, Jugnoth backhands it. It's loose off the initial save, and it gets past BC. Look out, a race for the puck. BC's on it first.
I think if we were on the fresh ice, that probably was a breakaway for the Bruins. But the snow certainly helping out, and Lyons unable to get to the bench, still hobbling around out there.
11 seconds to go on this power play, and here's a chance as that shot by Reed Duchek deflected wide. And now down low for BC is Liam Bort. Bort up top, finds Duchek. Duchek goes D to D, and there's a drive by BC through traffic, stopped. The rebound also stopped, and the BC player falls on top of the goaltender, receives an extra shot after the whistle blows by Boston's defense. And things get a little bit more feisty out there as we approach the midway mark of this second period.
Getting a few words from the referee. I don't think there will be a penalty called, but I understand everyone wants to defend the man with the pillows on the legs. Regardless of what level, you see that at every single level here.
Face off in the offensive zone for BC. Sharp angle drive there is flipped just wide. And now Boston will try to get it out. Comes up the near side, and on there is Watson. Watson loses control. It's Terniski now 1-on-4. He's swarmed, and Brackett takes over. Brackett up the near side, out of the reach of his teammate, and now it's Duchek on it. Goes D to D, now through the middle. That passes out of the reach of any BC players and goes all the way down the ice. For icing called against the Canucks.
This will be the first offensive zone faceoff for in a while
for Boston,
the Bruins.
yeah.
Haven't had a shot at all this period, so this will probably help change those fortunes.
McCann lining up to take the draw on the offensive end for Boston. We'll see what he can do with this one.
And a reminder, even though our score bug says it is the first period, we are in the second. Or rather, not the score bug, the Jumbotron,
the Jumbotron here at West Ed. And now it comes up top for Bobrov. Long drive there through traffic. Goes just wide off the carom. It comes over to the near side where it's taken by Prodovsky. It comes into the middle where BC takes over, and they'll try to clear. McMillan on the puck on that far side, but Boston takes over. Prodovsky into the middle, connects with McCann, and that one's just out of his reach. McCann shoots, and a blocker save made there by Craig. Now BC brings it out to center, a 2-on-1 opportunity. Here's a shot, and a blocker save made there by Dickinson.
Stopping McMillan, the earlier hat-trick scorer.
And now a long shot by Carignan is seen all the way and smothered by the goaltender Dickinson, who holds on for a face-off inside the Boston zone here with 6:59 to play in this second period.
Parker McMillan, as he goes to the bench, looking at his stick as if there's a hole in it. Did not get much on that shot.
Now lining up to take the draw for BC is Braden Jugnoth, but it's won by Boston. And it's reversed along the end boards, picked up there by Boyle, who sends it back to McElhaney. McElhaney up the near side. BC turns Boston back, but now it comes out to center ice where Dutchik takes it. Gets over to the far side, taken there by Thompson, and they're going to say that BC entered the offensive zone offside. Face-off upcoming in the neutral area with 6:40 to play in this second period.
So I'll talk about Dutchik here. Wearing number 8 has similarities to the Conn Smythe winner that wears number 8 for the Colorado Avalanche. Very smooth skating and seems to be very smart with the puck, and a limited examination time.
Boston in control in the O-zone. Here's a chance by Welby. Fires a shot that's knocked aside by Craig. BC will look to clear. At the far side face-off circle, the puck stripped away by Jugnoth, and he has the puck out at center for BC. Long shot there by Jugnoth. Knocked down by the goaltender, still loose. BC has the puck down low. Reed banked it off the back of the net. And now Boston will try to clear. They can't. It's kept into the right side point by Chang. Sends it down low for Thompson. Thompson for Reed. Reed on that puck has Jugnoth up top. And his pass just deflects away from Jugnoth. Loosen a sea of skates there at the near side face-off circle. And now Jugnoth picks it up. Jugnoth, one more time, fires. Oh, it went off the mask of the goaltender and off the ricochet. It's gloved by a fan. Oh my goodness, how did he catch that? That takes some impressive hand-eye coordination.
It gets a towel wave of approval from the rest of the Vancouver Junior Canucks parent section.
That was something else. Face-off upcoming with 5:46 to play in this first period.
It's like when you see fans barehand a home run ball at a ball game.
At a baseball game, yeah. And now BC trying to make something happen, but Boston takes over, and here they come through center ice. It's Campanelli. Drops it back for Cullen. Taken over by BC, and look out. Boston is about to get called for tripping here with 5:31 to play in this second period.
That's going to be 34, Braden Campale heading to the box. No arguments on that one. Took the skates out. And here comes the chance for the Canucks to even this back up.
Campanelli will sit for 2 or less as we're past the midway mark of this second period. BC, as you mentioned, Conrad, looking for that equalizer. And a bit of a scramble draw in the offensive zone. Sent back toward the point by BC, but it went between their two defenders, and they'll have to retreat back out at center ice. Chang had for Reed. Reed down the left side. Can't quite pull the trigger on that one. And now Thompson coming in down low, has it knocked away from him. Boston looking to clear, but Thompson jars it free. Couldn't quite find his teammates. And Boston sends it all the way down the ice.
I gotta admit, I lost it in the cathedral mosaic on the ice here.
McMillan with the puck for BC in his own zone. Sends it up the near side where it's taken by Reed. Reed being hassled there by Afiro. Afiro spins and tries to get it past Jugnoth, who keeps it alive for BC. Sends it up top for Chang. Back for Jugnoth. Jugnoth shoots. Oh, it gets through. A rebound try by BC. A save made there. Comes up top. Chang shoots. Blocked. Another chance. Jugnoth has it at the face-off circle. Fires a shot that deflects off the stick of the goaltender. High and out of play.
Almost right back into the hands of our parental hero. Catching it off the sidelines there.
Face-off will be inside the Boston zone here with 1:02 remaining on this power play. And
it looks great to have people not just filling in our lower level, which is generally a lot of families, but we have a lot of the people of Edmonton, as they're making their way through the mall, stopping to watch some of the brilliant hockey going on here at the Brick Invitational.
It's Dutchik up top for BC. Goes D to D over to the right side. Taken there by Bradbeer, who dishes it off. Bradbeer receives it back, fires it through traffic. It goes well wide and off the carom. BC picks it up. Carignan rims it around, and it's picked up there by Green. Green hands it off up top for Bradbeer. Over to the left side for Dutchik. Dutchik at the top of the circle. Back up top for Bradbeer. Bradbeer's shot deflects just wide. And they're going to say that BC might have touched that with a high stick, but no call. They play on. Bradbeer now up top. Returns it back over to Green. Green up top again for Bradbeer. And he tried to take a shot. Sends it wide. And now down low for BC is Dutchik. In front. There's a shot. And they score. Noah Carignan. And BC ties it at 2.
Puts it right 5-hole. A beautiful behind the net play. As we used to call it Gretzky's office in this city, I think we can keep with that nomenclature. Tie game, Canucks.
Down low, that was Gareth Dykins who sent it in front, and it was knocked in by Noah Carignan to tie this one up in 2 with 3:41 to play in this second period.
But a great cycle from all players involved on that Canucks power play. From low to high, across the seam, definitely was keeping the goalie from getting set.
Face off at center ice with this one tied up at 2. Boston on its heels a bit here after giving up back-to-back goals, and now McElhinney sends it ahead in the direction of his teammate Robbie McCann, who has it down the left side. McCann cutting in. McCann in on goal. That one bounced off a skate, and it was stopped by Craig. Comes up high, a long shot there is blocked, and now here comes BC back the other way. On the puck there is Thompson. Thompson being mauled by a Bruin from behind. Thompson hands it off for Reed now. Reed down low. Couldn't quite find Jugnoth with that pass. And now Boston gets to the neutral zone where BC takes over. On there for BC is Chang, who gets it across the blue line, but Boston quickly brings it back out and dumps it in. BC back on it. With the puck down there is McRae. Sends up the near side, and now at its center it's Thompson. Thompson skating after it down the left side. Thompson angled wide, and now Boston looks to take over. Thompson chops away at that puck, and it's still loose in the vicinity of the goal. Finally, it's covered up by Brody Dickinson for a face-off. 2:39 to play in this second period.
So as much as I want to say this is the only important hockey game going on today, we have a pretty big junior hockey game going on today. Well, major junior. And the score is currently St. John's ahead of Hamilton by a score of 4-2 in the Mem Cup.
Memorial Cup final. Host city St. John looking to pull off the win there after being eliminated in the first round of the QMJHL playoffs. Now a sharp angle shot by BC. Stopped there by the goaltender Dickinson, and it comes back out to center ice where BC dumps it back in. And now Lyons is back on the puck for Boston. Lyons settles things down in his own zone, looks up ice, and it's being hassled there by BC. BC tries to prevent Boston from clearing, but they do so nevertheless, and they dump it in down the left side. That's Brackett after it for the Bruins. Brackett takes a tumble, but Boston takes control. They had Boyle out in front all alone for a moment. Now it's Brackett down low, and he's going to draw a penalty. Boston's going to go to the power play when BC touches the puck next. Up top on the puck, Boston has it. Over to the near side for Boyle. Shoots through traffic. It's blocked. A backhand shot goes just wide. Boston still in control down low. It's Ofirio being mauled from behind. Here in the mall. It's still loose, and finally BC touches the puck. With 1:41 to play in the second period, Boston heading up by a player.
Yeah, and it is late in this period, 1:41 remaining, so that will roll over. Assuming it goes the full 2 minutes. But sometimes it's hard to kill those penalties off early in the third period, especially you'll be getting that fresh ice. Our resurfacing happening between the second and third periods, the longer third period, a 15-minute period.
Now McCann lining up to take the draw for Boston. It's loose in the dot, and BC comes away with it. And sending it all the way down the ice there was Jackson Bradbeer.
This pairing of Bradbeer and, I apologize for getting his name, that's Reed Dehechek, really has lagged a lot of minutes for this Canucks team.
Now Watson tried to hand it off to Welby down low. BC takes over, and one more time, they send it all the way down the ice.
Nearly right off our broadcast camera in front of us here in our broadcast location. Could have had the World Juniors moment all over again.
We're right in front of this, but we see all the action. It's directly in front of us, and that can sometimes lead to the puck caroming off our tripods and our cameras here on ASTV. Puck comes up top where Archibald tries to keep it in. Carrigan trying to do the exact opposite. Karam's down low, and now BC sends it out to center ice and into the Boston zone.
45 seconds left.
Archibald ahead for McCann. Here comes McCann down the right side making moves. McCann at the right face-off circle. Pushed off the puck by the Canucks. Boston still on it. It's Watson up top. Watson cuts in, fires a shot that deflects out of play. 27.8 seconds to go in this second period.
Into formerly what was the ice resurfacing door. Back when I used to live here in Edmonton. But you know what? We talked a little bit about the Memorial Cup. Do you know who actually practices on this ice surface quite regularly?
The Oil Kings.
Yes, the Oil Kings do practice here quite often.
Face-off upcoming inside the Boston attacking zone, and a bit of a scramble draw. BC comes away with it, and looking to clear it there is William Thompson. He does so all the way down into Boston territory, and out of his net to settle it down there is Brody Dickinson.
One last rush probably for the period here for Boston.
12 seconds to go. That pass is not settled down by Boston. It's fired all the way back into their territory by the Canucks. That should pretty much do it for this second period, with these two teams tied up at 2.
And that is your buzzer for this second period of play. We go from 2-0 all the way battled back for the BC Junior Canucks to bring it to a 2-2 tie here, heading into our longer intermission here with the ice resurfacing.
Mike Gould here with Conrad Krausert on ASTV here at the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament. And we'll have more coming at you from this game between the BC Junior Canucks and the Boston Junior Bruins here on our network in just a couple of moments.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment. Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. Students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.
Mike, how do you, 99 and 88, and then game winner for Star?
Fans, welcome back to the West Edmonton Mall, where we are ready to bring you the third period of action between the BC Junior Canucks and the Boston Junior Bruins here at the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament. I'm Mike Gould, here alongside Conrad Krausert on ASTV. And Conrad, how excited are you for the third period between these two teams?
I have to say, I came into this tournament not ever having commentated it before, and I could not be happier with the level of play we're seeing. From game 1 to game 8, I think we are in for an incredible first day.
Yeah.
Sometimes teams take a little bit of time to warm up, but no, banger after banger, as they say. Got to get some young terminology in here from time to time, right?
Yeah, the fans have been super into it too. That's been a huge, huge aspect of this tournament so far at the center of this mall, and everybody's just been having a great time, I think.
Yeah, whether you're in the family section close to the ice, or if you're on one of our overhangs looking in from Starbucks, everybody's been enjoying the action. And I got to say, I'm looking at the overhangs above us here from our broadcast location, and they are packed.
Face off at center ice, and we are back underway for this third period. And the puck sticks on the ice a little bit there after the resurfacing in the intermission, but Boston trying to push the puck in. Oh, look out, as crashing into the end boards there for Boston was Luke Sposito. He's back to his feet. BC sends the puck all the way down the ice, and he goes on goal, so no icing on the play. And Boston trying to bring it forward. BC's Green turns them back. And now wanting for Boston there is Archibald. He goes D-to-D with that pass. And now through the middle, receiving it cleanly, is Sposito. Here comes Sposito down the left side. Stops up, passes it off. A shot there by Brodovsky was stopped by the goaltender Craig. And now BC gets it up to center ice.
So just looking around at the banners, the Junior Bruins have not won this tournament, and Vancouver looking to win their first since 2007.
Boston on the right side, a shot there, kicked out by Craig, and he sends it all the way to the neutral zone. Is back on it now for Boston as Lyons.
Lyons was limping earlier, but seems no worse for wear now. Must have gotten a little bit of ice on the bruises in the intermission.
Now potential odd man rush opportunity for BC. Here comes McMillan. McMillan cuts to the middle, fires a shot. Sticked aside there by Brody Dickinson. Boston up the near side. Now they reverse it back down low, and after it there for the Bruins. Getting it forward was Watson. Campanelli passes it off to Brackett. Brackett makes a toe drag move, but has the puck knocked off his stick. Now on it is Watson. Watson being hassled from behind there. Helped out by Brackett. Brackett pushes it forward, and now it's upended by BC. They're going to call a penalty against the Canucks here.
Can't really argue about that one. Again, pretty cut and dry penalties here in this game. Not really a ton of talking points on them. But you know, certainly opens the door here for the Junior Bruins to take another lead in this game.
13:10 to play in regulation time, and Boston heading up by one player on the ice as Tegan Derneski taking a seat for BC. And McCann set to take this draw for the Bruins. Boston loses the draw, BC on it, and flipping it down the left side there is William Thompson. Now Boston back on it. They stop up behind their own goal and look up ice, looking to get things set up on this rush. Down the right side for Boston comes McCann. McCann fires a shot, knocked aside there by Craig. And BC will look to clear the zone, but Boston gets there first. Comes up top for Archibald, has the puck poked past him by Jugnoth. Here comes Jugnoth down the right side. Jugnoth has the puck go off his stick, gets it in front for Thompson, who gets knocked down from behind by Boston's Sam Archibald. No call on the play, and Vancouver fans protest. Now BC sends it all the way down the ice. A close shorthanded call there for Jugnoth, who handed it off to his teammate Thompson, streaking down the middle, but neither was able to get a shot off.
Oh, it looked like Jugnoth was just trying to wire it and then just had it go off a little bit of a rut in the ice. Truly unfortunate.
Boston on the puck. It's Alfiero skating it out. Alfiero through center ice and crosses the blue line. And now he hands it off for Boyle. Boyle up top. Faked like he was going to pull the trigger and now has it below the goal line. Boyle passes it to Brackett. Brackett back to Boyle down low. Boyle returns it to Brackett. Up top for Alfiero, who keeps it alive and gets it back to Brackett. Brackett being hassled from behind there by Gareth Dykins. BC gets it to the point, not out, kept in by Alfiero. Alfiero helped out, and now Boston on it again. Brackett has an escape his stick for a moment. Now he's back on it. Brackett sends it down low for Boyle. Boyle in control, up top for Lions. Lions goes D to D, over to the right side for Alfiero. Chips it down low, Boston in control. Down low on that puck is one of Boston's forwards. I believe that's Campanale. He's being pressed up against the far corner.
Back to 5-on-5.
Boston trying to wrap around attempt, but sealing the post there was the Canucks goaltender, and the Canucks get it out to center. A great sliding effort there by Garrett Dykins. Puck sent over to the near side. Players battling from it from both sides. And now Thompson after it for BC, sends it forward. Boston back on it. Spacito advances it, and now Maine on it for BC. Boston pokes it ahead. Maine back on it for the Canucks. Maine fires it into Boston territory, and now Lyons settles it down. Lyons sends it over to the near side for Campanale. Campanale backhands it back down low for Reed. Reed picks it off for BC. He's checked from behind, and Boston is going to get called for a penalty here with 10:14 to play in regulation time.
Is that going to Lions too?
It appears it will.
Lions, one of the key defensemen here for this Bruins team, has logged a ton of ice time and has been one of their staples on the penalty kill. Gonna be without him for 2 minutes.
BC lining up for the offensive zone faceoff here as it's Jugnaut, the right-handed center, in the dot. He wins it cleanly. At the point, it's Thompson who hands it over to McMillan. McMillan up top, a long shot, deflects off Archibald and goes wide. BC on it. Jugnaut wires it over to McMillan. McMillan down low finds Thompson. Thompson back to Jugnaut. Up top for Chang. Chang up at the point. Back to Jugnaut. Jugnaut settles it down, fires a shot that's blocked. Boston gets it to the line. Not out, kept in by Chang. McMillan on the right side. That shot goes wide. Off the carom, it's picked off by Jugnaut. Jugnaut up high, sends it down low. Thompson in front. Reed, a save made there by Dickinson, and Boston gets it all the way down the ice.
Could not get that puck to settle, not able to fire it as soon as he received the puck, had to gather it was Lions.
Here's Bort down the right side. Bort stops up, gets it up top, and BC sends it now down low. Alfiero on it for Boston. Alfiero being hassled there by BC skaters, but he comes away with it, hands it off to Boyle. Boyle unable to clear it though. BC still on it. Up top it's Bradbeer who sends it down low. Boston picks it off and sends it all the way down the ice on goal where Craig settles it down.
Definitely not a ton of shot attempts. Have been close, and pucks have just been not finding their way towards the net.
Now a nice move by Bort to get the puck across the blue line. Boston takes over, but they're unable to clear. It's kept in by Duchik. Duchik sends it down low. Picked up there by Dykins. Dykins below the goal line. Dykins surveys, gets it up top for his teammate. Jerniski up top, a one-time shot there by Bradbeer. Deflected astray, and now Boston will look to clear, and they do with speed. Here comes McCann. McCann one-on-one as the puck knocked off his stick, and now BC brings it out to center. BC dumps it in as we are back to five-a-side hockey here with 8:13 to play in regulation time. And here comes Boston with the puck. Bobrov hands it off. Goes over to the right side. Boston delayed offside here. Nobody can hear it. Bradbeer gets it out to center ice, and finally Boston tags up. Bradbeer on it again. Chips it over to McMillan.
As you said, we are playing in them all a little bit hard to hear some of those offside calls.
BC with the puck in the O-zone. The pass in front. Green. Oh, and he couldn't get it on goal. It looked like he might have fanned on it.
He got a little bit on it, did force the save, but not a ton, not a difficult save as it could have been.
Duchik backhands it. It deflects wide, and now Duchik gets it back at the left hash marks. Backhands it below the goal line, and now Green picks it up. Green up top, went off a skate, and now helping out for BC is McMillan. Up top for Bradbeer. Back to McMillan. Boston picks it up, gets it to the point, and just out. Bradbeer dumps it back in. 7:14 to play in this third period, and Boston looking to wheel it back out. Campanale after it. Campanale being hassled there by Bradbeer. And now BC back on the puck as it comes through the middle. Cullen streaking after it for Boston. He keeps it alive for only a moment. Now Reed brings it out to safety. Reed hands it off, and now what are they going to
Oh,
say?
they're going to call too many men
on the ice for BC. Oh my goodness. With 6:49 to play in the third period, Boston just won the lottery on that power play call. There will be a power play for them as they look for the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, it looked like the play. Reed was heading to the bench, but played the puck instead of hopping off the ice. Unfortunately, taking the penalty for his team. BC needs one more D-man. Make it two more. And they're the home team, so they're allowed to make that late change.
Face-off in the offensive zone is won by the Bruins. Archibald hands it off. Taken there by Prodovsky. Max Prodovsky up top. Now it's Watson. Watson shoots. Oh, it deflects on goal. And making the save, there was Craig.
Temper's starting to flare. Stick work, definitely seeing some shin pads in front of the Vancouver net there.
6:37 to go in regulation time. Boston looking for the go-ahead goal. Archibald at the point. Hands it off to Watson. Watson walks in, passes it back to Archibald. Winds up, passes it. A shot there by Prodovsky is blocked by BC.
I actually think that was off the forward in front of the net. 31 for the Bruins. That is going to be, I actually don't see 31 on their roster. I could be blind.
Now Boston out at center. It's Prodovsky down the left side. Prodovsky cuts wide on goal. Fires a shot that's sticked aside by the goaltender, Greg. Now up top, it's Watson on the puck. Watson hands it off to Archibald. Now down low, Boston's Prodovsky fans on that shot. Up top, Archibald unwinds, and it's blocked there by Noah Carignan. And he carries it up to center ice one-on-one. Carignan has it knocked off his stick by Archibald, who settles it down, and now Asal skates after it for Boston.
So you aren't seeing a lot of these shorthanded breaks go to the corners like you do in the pro level, but we have a break here for the Bruins.
And now look out as that shot by Carter Watson deflects out of play. And there will be a face-off inside the Boston attacking zone here with 5:35 remaining in regulation time.
Looks like we had a couple of the young fans trying to go grab a souvenir, topple head over heels.
Face-off to the left, or pardon me, to the right of the goaltender Craig for BC. Face-off won cleanly by Boston. It's Lyons up top. Long shot, deflects on goal. Oh, and it's smothered and held onto by the goaltender Craig for another face-off inside the BC zone upcoming.
As I said, Lyons is their power play and penalty kill quarterback. So not having out for that last penalty kill might not have been good. And Lyons is still sensitive. He took a couple shots to the skates in the second period.
Lyons with a shot there that deflects off Chang's skate, and he gets it out to center. Now Lyons back on it with 30 seconds to go in this power play. Spins off the forechecker William Thompson. Lyons has it at center. Backhands it in. They're going to say that Boston is caught offside here. They don't touch it up, but they're going to call it anyway. And the faceoff will be out in the neutral zone here with 20 seconds to play on the power play. 5:08 remaining in the third period.
Yeah, certainly both teams not wanting this game to end in a draw, pressing to get that final goal as we see some of the young fans dance along to the Macarena in attendance.
Campanelli down the left side now. Campanelli gets it in deep and giving chase is Spacito. Spacito licks the stick. Welby, a sharp angle there. It was stopped by the goaltender, and it comes up top now to McElhaney. McElhaney can't keep it in. And look out, here comes Green for BC. Green cutting in down the right side. Green on goal, and he sends it high.
I think that was off the pads of the goaltender for the Bruins.
I'll tell you what, I think I saw it deflect off the stick of the Bruins defender who was coming back on the play, and it goes out of play for a face-off inside the Boston zone.
Regardless of what happened, great defensive play to fight your way back into the play. All things considered, a partial break.
And the chants ensue here in West Edmonton Mall. The fans are cheering for the Canucks. The fans are cheering for the Bruins. They're both tied at 2. Both teams looking for the go-ahead goal. On goal, Prodovsky, they score! Robbie McCann! And Boston takes a 3-2 lead. 4:34 to play in the third period.
Almost had the first attempt go in. A famous image all across Boston is Bobby Orr flying through the air, scoring the overtime goal. I remember Don Cherry talked about it lots on those old Rock'em Sock'em videotapes that he used to put out. That's the only reason I remember it. But what a goal. Breaks the deadlock. Bruins regaining the lead.
Only 4:34 separating us from the final buzzer here at West Edmonton Mall. Boston up by 1, and they're looking for more. Here comes Brodowski down the left side. Brodowski shoots. Save made there by Craig. Vancouver, BC can't clear. Now Boston brings it out on their own accord, and Watson brings it right back in. Watson hands it off. McCann couldn't quite settle it down, and now BC looks to clear. They do, through center. Here comes Bort. Bort slaps it, and it's gloved and held onto there by Brody Dickinson.
You know, I'm going to throw an old school comparison to Brody Dickinson. Andy Moog.
Wow.
Played for the same Bruins, obviously, NHL versions, but not a tall stature goalie, but that glove hand certainly active. And we had the 2-pad stack. The throwback is very appropriate.
Absolutely. And Boston looking to break the puck out. They lead 3-2 here late in this third period. BC looking for the game-tying goal. 3:55 on the clock. Boyle has the puck on the near side, hands it off. And Boston looking to bring it out here. Chang has other ideas. He keeps it alive for BC, but only for a moment. And now Boston bringing it out to center. It's Lions with it. Brackett's caught offside. Boston will have to tag up. BC, lots of time to try and break it out, and they do. Goes up the far side. Boston sending it right back toward the blue line, and in the offensive zone, they go off for a change. 3:24 now on the clock.
Almost saw a reverse flying V breakout there for the Canucks.
Board after it for BC. Boston gets there first, and now up the near side comes the go-ahead goal scorer, McCann. McCann on the puck, loses control. BC sends it back out to center. Watson lost it. Here comes Jugnoth down the right side. Jugnoth shoots. Oh, and a pad save made there by Dickinson to get in front of that bullet of a shot by Jugnoth.
Had to use every inch of those legs to get the skate blade to that one.
And now here comes Boston back out at center. Across the blue line, a shot there by Watson. Deflects off a skate over to the near side. Now out at center, it's Thompson for BC. Thompson dumps it in, and back on it for the Bruins is Bobrov. Bobrov off the boards, and it's deflected forward there by Asal to the blue line, but not out. Second try, and the Bruins get it out to center. After there's Spacito. Spacito takes a tumble. BC clears the zone with 2:20 to play in this third period. Puck goes into the BC end. After it, there is Brad Beer. Brad Beer, wearing number 22 for the Canucks, sends it over in the direction of Thompson. Thompson pokes it forward. And now Green trying to clear the zone for the Canucks. Thompson coming in to help. 4 Bruins skaters over on the near side. And now it escapes the zone. Back on it is Lions. Here comes Campanelli. Campanelli down the left side. Down low for Spacito. Spacito spins off a defender. Tried to find his man Asal out in front. BC takes over, and they bring it out to center, looking for the tying goal. 1:39 on the clock. A shot, stopped there. The rebound is jumped on top of by Brody Dickinson. Face-off upcoming in the Boston zone. 1:34 on the clock in regulation time.
More comparisons to Andy Moog. I remember seeing numerous highlights of a very similar split save to the one that he had just moments ago. And we are going to have a timeout. That is a Canucks timeout, a 30-second timeout.
Not entirely surprising. I would expect the goaltender Craig to be on the bench when play resumes.
Yeah, it looks like he's already on the bench.
Absolutely, and with BC in search of the tying goal late in this third period at the 33rd annual Brick Invitational Tournament here at West Edmonton Mall. We're so happy to have you with us on ASTV, and we'll have lots more coverage coming at you after the game as my broadcast partner, Conrad Krauser, will be talking to some of our 3-star recipients here at just off the ice surface.
I may have selected those myself, and they are waiting here. Could change if Vancouver manages to tie this game up.
6 on 5, 1:34 on the clock. We'll see what BC can muster up here as they try to win the offensive zone draw. Boston has other ideas. Watson up the far side. BC keeps it alive for a moment. Now it's sent out to center. Look out, as streaking after it is Brodowski. He scores! Max Brodowski sends it into the empty cage, and Boston has a 2-goal lead over the Canucks.
Brodowski's second goal of the game seals this one. Well, you know, still a minute 20 left. Still lots of time for 2 goals. I've seen crazier things.
80 seconds separating us from the final buzzer here at West Edmonton Mall, as the Boston players celebrate with their fans. And now at center ice to take the draw for Boston is McCann. BC comes away with it. Comes up the near side. Thompson advances it. Boston back on it. Poking it forward there was Alfiero. And now it's cleared to center by Watson. Watson with speed down the right side. Watson shoots, the save made there by the goaltender Craig. Brodowski pokes it forward, battling there with Bradbeer as we are into the final minute of play in this third period. And now the whistle blows. Or no, it doesn't. It continues. Play continues. I think everybody thought that things had stopped here, and now the whistle blows for an offside by BC.
I wonder if we'll see the goaltender head back to the bench here for BC with the close to the offensive zone faceoff. Does not look like it.
It remains 5-a-side action here at West Edmonton Mall, with Brackett lining up to take the draw here against Tegan Derneski. Boston wins it. Lions backhands it forward, and now BC's back on the puck. It's loose at center ice. Brackett skates onto it, and here he comes down the left side. Oh, he dumps it in off the mask of Bradbeer, who goes back to get it. Bradbeer up the near side, can't get it out. Lions sends it down deep with 24 seconds on the clock. Lions, Boyle sends it down low. Now back on it for BC is Dutchik. Reed Dutchik on the puck down the far side. Can't get it out. Second try does escape the zone with 10 seconds to play in this one. Boston trying to find a 5th goal here. A shot from a sharp angle there by Boyle. Goes high and wide, and that will do it. The Boston Junior Bruins open their tournament here at the 33rd Annual Brink Invitational with a 4-2 win over the BC Junior Canucks.
And I think the Canucks need to hold their head high. They exit day 1, 1-1, with an excellent effort here in their second game of the day. One of the first teams to have to play that good old doubleheader. Well, not doubleheader, but you know what I meant.
Yeah, it's like in the MLB. You have one game in the morning, one game in the evening. It happens, and see it a lot of times in these amateur sports tournaments where teams, you know, it's just the nature of the scheduling. It just has to happen. And Boston comes out on top. Brody Dickinson, the victorious goaltender, making 17 saves in the victory. An excellent showing there for number 60 in black as he leads his team through the handshake line.
I need to head down to ice level here to get ready for our 3 starters to join me for our post-game show.
And with that, I'm Mike Gould, here alongside Conrad Krausert, wishing you all the best for the rest of your evening. Thank you for joining us here at the Brick Invitational Tournament on ASTV.
Mic check, mic check.
We'll just give those players there a little moment to take a photo op before we get our player of the game interviews. We'll just give them a moment to set up. Looks like we're going to try and take care of
Hello
both.
everyone, welcome to the Post Game Show. My name's Connor Krauser, your color commentator, and I'm joined by Matt. Come over here and turn around. So Max, 2 goals in the game today, but obviously it's a team effort. What can you say about this team coming together?
We started off great. We competed. We outworked them, and my team supported me. We played great.
For sure. And was there a message shared amongst you guys? As you did, the game seemed to get away a little bit in that second period. Was there a message when the rink was being flooded said in the room?
Well, like, early in Edmonton, our coach always says that there's a huge swing of momentum. And we just stayed with it. We kept competing. We ended it. We got it.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Max. I'll let you head back to the locker room. Braden. Oh, Braden. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Braden. Braden was heading down to the locker room already. So, Braden will be joining me shortly. Braden, obviously not the results you're looking for, but it's your second game of the day. A little bit tired coming into this one, or were you guys feeling?
Feeling fresh. I think we got away from us at the start. I'm back in, so we just couldn't get it from them.
But you had a great second period. Was there a message on the board or on the bench after that first period, knowing out of this game yet?
Yeah, I just hope to keep going. Try to climb back in this game.
And you climbed back into this game, and you had some great fan support. Can you say something to your fans who are watching here at West Ed, or those watching back at home in Vancouver?
I like to thank them. They're great fans, great to cheer us on.
For sure, and this is only day 1. You got 2 more to go. I'll let you head back to go and analyze this game with your team. And last but certainly not least, Robin McCann, your first star of the game, coming in with the teddy bear. So the game-winning goal. You can look up there for the camera, say hi to the people. So what does this game mean for your team? Can't win them all, and then to win the first one, right?
It means a lot to us. We've been working hard all practices. You know, all the boys have shown some effort, and we've been working really hard.
As I talked about with Max, you had a little bit of a stumble in that second period, getting Vancouver back in the game. What was the message in the locker room?
The message in the locker room was just, you know, do we want to win? Do we want to keep going, or do we want to just, you know, be okay with the loss? But you know, we obviously wanted that win, and we got it.
Yeah, and this is such a team sport. How has this team come together so far for this tournament?
All my friends on the floor, on the bench, like sometimes I get down, sometimes they get down. You know, we're always helping each other up, we're always picking each other up, and it's awesome.
All right, enjoy the locker room, enjoy the celebration, enjoy the teddy bear. And so that's all for me, Connor Krauser, here for the game between the Boston Junior Bruins and the Junior Canucks. Congratulations, let's head to the locker room. So we'll be back again shortly with our next game here from the Brick Invitational Tournament 2021, taking place in 2022.